Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy D, aka Black by Nature from the Hashira podcast, and I'm here with my brother Tommy, aka Noble Nagazino, and we are here
Yo.
to do a chapter review on One Piece chapter 1066. But before we get into the review, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We would really appreciate it if you guys just support us. It doesn't take much. You could also follow us on Twitter and on Instagram. With that being said, let's get into it.
I'd like to begin with a fact.
Tom, I know this is a real informative chapter. I know this is going to take up some time, and I know you jotted down some notes on what you want to touch upon. Let me
uh,
know the reveals in this chapter. Like, what do you feel? What do you feel about them?
okay. Well, so for one, I'm just gonna right off the bat. You already know I'm gonna talk about my little theory, my Nobu theory from
Oh yeah,
So I think it's pretty much decided that we know who the man by the flames or marked by the flames is right now, and I'm pretty sure it's Saul. And
uh-huh.
I stated before it was possibly somebody from O'Hara, and it seems like it's
Hmm.
pretty much pointed in that direction. And he has all that knowledge um, about the void century. Excuse me. So
Right.
um, I thought that was actually pretty cool because I had a feeling that it was somebody that was a survivor or whatever, and maybe it was somebody that we didn't know, but as it turns out, it is somebody that we do know. So that
Hmm.
was pretty cool in that regard. Robin, she knows that that dude's still alive. That was pretty cool, and it seems like there's a will of O'Hara. So, and it seems like Dragon is somebody that is trying to keep this alive. So
Right.
this is actually a really big deal, and I thought the Vegapunk reveal was actually pretty cool. I mean, this is kind of what people expected him to look like in a sense. Some old
Hmm.
man.
Right.
I like that the take. It looks like Oda kind of made him look like with a mix of what's his name, Einstein, and
Yeah.
what's his name, Isaac Newton is what I kind of
Hmm.
got from the little apple on top.
Yeah. Well, the
Um,
Einstein. Well, that's a good one with the Isaac Newton. I don't know about it.
yeah, I mean he's infamous, with the. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Isaac Newton story with the apple dropping on him.
The
That's how he
gravity.
discovered
Yeah.
gravity.
Right.
So I thought that was pretty cool. And he used Einstein's infamous picture with his tongue sticking out. Now the dude's like, his tongue just stays out or whatever.
Right.
Um, but at the same time, it's just like he has ties with Dragon. So I'm I'm thinking like the theory of Dragon being a former Marine or something having to do with the Marines is kind of. It seems like more than likely that he has a bigger ties to the Marines. And I
You
also
think
believe
so?
like
'Cause I was thinking like that was kind of debunked being well. I'm not gonna say debunked, but more so like it basically like like it's coming from a different angle. But go ahead and let me
no.
let me
Why
let
would
me
why
expound.
would you think not then? Because
I don't know because like when you know him and when Vegapunk and Dragon ends up on the island, like the reason being of them both meeting there at the same time. It like I didn't get like he got intel from the Marines. Oh, a Buster Crawler is going to be called on this island because of X, Y, and Z. They have this much information on the Void Century. We're getting rid of it, blah blah, whatever. Maybe that's now that I'm thinking about it, maybe that's it. That he was informed, by a Marine, being that he was in the Marines to go to was O'Hara before the what? That's the name of the island, O'Hara, right?
O'Hara, yeah.
Yeah, go there before the Buster called on the island because they have information on the Toy Century and the ancient weapons and stuff like that, and like basically in the wrong hands, it could
So
be bad news.
I believe that. All right, so they both showed up after the fact of the Buster Call, and they went to show respect to Clover.
Correct,
And I guess
and that too, like them having even them having a connection to Clover as well, because who was the apprentice to Clover? Was it Vegapunk or was it Dragon?
to Clover, I don't think any of them
Yes.
were an apprentice. He said he knew Clover. He said he was telling that to Robin, but Clover had became
Okay.
worldwide famous. They said he was captured by the Marine 10 times, you know, and then he decided to
Mhm.
settle down. He stayed in O'Hara. What happened after that? So if Dragon had ties to Marines, he already knew what was going on with Clover, and he was probably like, "Yo," he probably had a deep respect for the man because of all the stuff that he was doing. And he
Right.
probably, if Dragon possibly looked down on the Marines and the world government, well, the world government as a whole, because of what they tried to do. They destroyed this whole ancient civilization that had all this advanced technology. And I think that's, and the fact that O'Hara had, you know, all this information and stuff like that, that's why they wanted to Buster Call it and get rid of them, because they didn't want anybody to know about it. And I think deep down, Dragon is just like, yo, this, you know, this ain't right, pretty much in a sense. And he wants to get rid of that, you know, that type of regime or whatever that the world government, you know, is imposing on everybody. And I believe he wants to free everybody from under this, you know, this facade or this rule that they have. And it's just completely, he's totally against it. So I think he's just trying to, I guess, liberate everybody from that crap.
Right.
And I mean, his dad is a Marine at the same time, so I mean, it kind of makes sense that maybe he saw the light and just like, yo, this ain't gonna go down like this. I need to change the world for the better.
Right. So with that being said, like with all that information being said and Dragon finding out basically how the Marines move, that's what forced him to form, not forced him, but that's what made him want to form the Revolutionary Army.
Yeah, and it wasn't even called that. He was what? They said that he was 33 years old and he had, I think it was called the Freedom something.
Yeah.
And that was cool. I mean, he tried to get Vegapunk to join, but Vegapunk was like, "Yo, you're too broke. I can't build anything."
Right. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, basically, he needs the funding to. But okay, now even that, when they found out that basically the technology in Vegapunk's on Egghead Island is basically 900 years old, so it's not future technology; it's past technology. So that's just like, isn't that like kind of backwards? Because like how the past is better than the future, but the future is not better than the past. As far as technology wise.
Yeah, well, I mean that's the thing too. He feels like he's trying to revive this technology that this civilization had, and he's having the toughest time because, for one, if the government finds out, which they actually just did find out, and that's why Rob Lucci's on his way to kill this guy, they will try to erase you. I mean, that's what they did to O'Hara. And everybody's trying to withhold information. He says not even him having, you know, ties with the government makes it even okay for him to know this. So, and I mean, obviously the world government, celestial dragons, all these other powerful beings, you know, these guys have all the power and seemingly, and maybe an ancient weapon at the same time. You saw what they did to that one island that Saba was on. I mean, right, even if you catch wind of this, and he was just like, just for them even questioning the people of O'Hara, they got destroyed. Everybody got killed. So him just being the type of tech, you know, just being the scientist that he is, I think he wants to revive that, but it's a matter of life and death just trying to do that type of work. So
now, doesn't that really like raise an eyebrow when the government, like basically everyone is expendable at this point? Because look how long Vegapunk was. He made the artificial devil fruits, the pacifista, which was cool. Oh, hold on. Now let's go back to my theory. What I had said before. Remember when I told you? I said, "Yo, the pacifista is going to be all the warlords." Because mind you, you see that they had the Jinbei pacifista. So now it's Jinbei, Mihawk, and Boa Hancock. So now I feel like they're gonna have Weavile, Blackbeard. Well, I'm not gonna. Would it be Blackbeard? Because, matter of fact, I will leave it there because Jinbei was impelled down, so he could have got experimented on. Boa Hancock got experimented on. Doflamingo, honestly, there might be one of Doflamingo as well.
Yeah, possibly.
I think it might be that. But like I said, the pacifista is gonna be the warlords. So let's go with that. Well, I'll go with that. But
yeah, I'm sure there's probably more to go. But
definitely. Now, what was you gonna say?
Oh, I mean, this is actually, you know, this whole chapter also, you know, kind of is leading into the Elbaf arc at the same time.
Definitely, yes.
Dragon allowed, or whatever. No, I wouldn't say allowed, but you know, they wanted the giants to come and to take all those books.
That was being tossed out. Now, I feel like the man Mark with the Flames, whatever. I get. Matter of fact, it definitely might be him. But like, because now okay, now I have another theory. I feel like I said, I feel like Kuzan Aokiji has a secret agenda. I feel like he really has a secret agenda to go against the Marines. Because look, he froze him. He could have killed him. He knew that the fire was going to thaw him out. And basically, and he let Robin go. And he knew how valuable Robin was at that time. And he let Robin go. So I really feel like Aokiji has a secret agenda. And like I said before, it might be Aokiji, Kobe, probably Akainu, and Drake.
Akainu, really?
Yes. The only reason why I'm saying is the only reason why I'm saying Akainu is because how did he know that Law and Blackbeard was fighting? Unless Aokiji told him when Aokiji was on the ship.
The Law and Blackbeard? Oh, that was just the past few chapters ago?
Correct.
I'm not sure. Was he not on a... Damn, I'd have to go back a few chapters. Was he not on the ship?
Yeah. Who? Aokiji?
No, Akainu.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, he was back in the Marine base. Whatchamacallit, Kuzan Aokiji was on Blackbeard's ship with Puddin. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I have to go back and look at that though.
And then Aokiji, not Aokiji. Akainu says something like, "Oh, we're gonna stand around and wait for this fight to resolve." Mind you, they're the Marines. They could jump into any fight at any time. Why are you waiting for a fight to
I don't know,
resolve?
but there's some things you don't want to get in the middle of. Like it's much easier to take care of a straggler than two people that are actually just really going at it at that point in time. You wait for one side to kill off the other. I would assume that would probably be the best thing to do. But I can see Kuzan being a double agent and working for Dragon. That would make a lot of sense.
Right.
He puts him on the side because you already know the revolutionaries have a feud against the Blackbeard pirates already. So I could see him working for them and trying to bring them down from the inside. And that's also why he decided to keep Robin alive and everybody else. I mean, she has ties with the revolutionaries as well. So I could see that being a thing. I could see him working for Dragon, which that would actually be pretty cool.
Now,
it was cool.
And another thing that kind of puts question marks: how the giants from Elbaf knew to go to Ohara at that time.
I don't think it was a secret about the Buster Call. I don't think that was like a secretive thing that happened. I'm sure whenever
it has to be a secret because it isn't it a special Denden Mushi that activates the Buster Call? Yeah,
but I would say it's safe to assume that a place like that, as well known as that place, being destroyed, like news would travel at some point and people will learn of this.
Matter of fact, you're right, because when when the Marines kept pursuing Clover, and Clover told them, I'm gonna keep doing this, I'm not gonna stop. So that's basically, then they could go on the defensive to say, yo, being that I told them that, I know they're not gonna let me, live or let me, move any further with my research on the Void Century and the ancient weapons and stuff like that.
Yeah, and
so
like they stated, he was world famous. He was the most famous archaeologist. So if that man is, if he's dead, I'm pretty sure a lot of people will know. News will spread. And I'm assuming, I don't know if Saul is a giant. I guess he is a giant.
Saul is a giant, and he's also
he probably escaped.
He's a former vice admiral.
Right, he was part of the Marines. So I'm assuming he probably escaped, and he decided to go back to Elbaf, and he was like, "Yo, we have to go grab this stuff." He grabbed his his people, and he was like, "Yo, we need to grab all these books." So, I thought it was pretty funny too, because Vegapunk's how large his head was actually turned. Yeah, but I realized why it turned into a normal size. It's because
he had to cut it.
He cut his head into 6 different pieces and implanted it into different beings.
Yeah, right.
All right. And I didn't put that together until for a little while. But then I realized that's how that happened, or why it happened.
I ain't gonna lie, he had a chrome dome. But what was I gonna say again? Damn, I was on the tip of my tongue. It had something to do with Um, I believe it was Vegapunk. I don't matter. We circle back to it.
Um,
But okay, Vegapunk himself. All right. So far, I'm not gonna lie to you. The since Oda came back from the break from like July, the pacing of this anime has been like it's been pretty good. It's
uh,
good.
yeah, I would say it's moving pretty quickly. It's
Now,
moving.
okay,
It's
I remember
just.
what I was
It's probably just a matter of reveals, though. It's like a lot of things are
right,
being revealed at once.
but I feel like he's doing it in a like it's not it's not, nothing being dragged. It's being composed in chapters at a decent rate to where no one is like, oh my god, like now we know next chapter is gonna be about this continuation. So but I was gonna ask you, Caribou, being that Zoro said, "I," he's like, "Yo, yeah, get off the shit." Remember when Caribou said that? Oh, like with the information that he found about the other ancient weapon in Wano, he said, "Oh, now I could go back to the man marked by flames and tell him about the ancient weapon where it's at." So now we know it's Saul that he's gonna go back to. How how is Caribou and Saul even connected? That's my thing. But I feel like that's gonna be in the
Uh,
future, a review, reveal, down the line. But that's something to
well,
think about.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna stick with them until they get to Elbaf. But it seems like they probably will have to fight Lucci or whatever that CP. I'm assuming CP's there before they even get
I
off
don't
the
think
island.
so. Nah, I don't think so.
Well, I'm not sure how. Go ahead.
Remember, there's something that Rob Lucci said. Rob Lucci said himself. He's like, "Yo, why are we gonna go kill one of the government's greatest assets?" Like, and and you see it in his face and I feel like Oda specifically drew that for that to stand out. Like he drew it with a puzzle look on his face. Like, why are we even doing that? And then that's when Kaku, I believe that's the dude along those. He
That's your
said,
rafter.
"Oh, like yeah." He was like, "Don't ask any questions. Let's just do what we're told." So I feel like being that that's on Rob Lucci's mind, like he's really like gonna really contemplate and think like, what's the government really up to? And I feel like when he gets to Egghead Island, and someone's gonna tell him like, the reason why you guys are gonna kill me is because X, Y, Z, and then when Rob Lucci find out, like, wait, what? Nah, that doesn't add up. So I feel like he's not gonna. I mean, he might become a potential ally. He really might become a potential ally. Not to the Straw Hats, but just like to the occasion. Like he just might be. Like he might go rogue. I guess you could say in a sense.
Wow. Well,
But
if he does that, you already know how many people's gonna be after him. But I feel like at the same time, there's some like inside things going on with the Marines at this point or whatever.
it's
They
a
got
lot
that.
because I feel like
They got that
I feel like it's the
sword.
Marines, and then you got Imu Samo, whatever. But I feel like that's a
Well,
whole different part of like
that's the world government, That's like beyond the Marines. You got the Celestial Dragons, and then
right.
I'm assuming above them is like the Gorosei and Im, or whoever that is, whatever that person is up to. So
Everyone's saying it's a female.
I have no clue. I'm not even gonna try to guess on that. It's not enough information for me to know. But
Right.
I mean, just back to I guess whatever happened in the chapter. If they do fight Lucci, I think that would be cool. If not, I guess that would make sense though for him. They want to. I think he's probably playing the smarter route instead of just like killing somebody like senselessly, just because the Marines or whatever world government they want to cover up this information. He might be helping them, but I wonder what his interaction is going to be with Luffy when he sees him. That's going to be the crazy part. Is him just seeing Luffy. Now, what's going to happen when they meet like eye to eye? Like, is he going to be on some next, joint, like trying to fight, or he's going to be cool?
Right.
I think this is actually going to be a quick.
He's not touching Luffy. I'm sorry. He's not touching.
He's
Luffy.
not, but it doesn't matter. I mean, he's not going to be like, oh, I'm scared now because you got so much stronger. I mean,
True. I feel like Sanji could step in and fight him.
Whoa. I don't. There's a lot of people on the Straw Hat crew that I think that can fight. Even if he does, I'm pretty sure he does have hockey.
I just said fight him, not beat him. Fight him. Just like to hold him back from.
I'm pretty sure Sanji could
whatever.
beat him, but I guess that's a whole another story. I'm pretty sure
Right.
Zoro, Sanji, pretty sure Jinbei could probably beat him.
I think that's it.
Yeah. All right. Well, But I think this is going to be a quick little arc, and then they're going to go straight into Elbaf,
to
which makes a
Elbaf,
lot
and
of
then
sense.
that's when things is gonna take off. I feel
Right.
like it's yeah, it's definitely good.
But this is
Again,
probably going to be it's going to go a little bit further, and it's going to probably be a Frankie upgrade, somewhat. He needs some type of power.
yeah, yes,
He
definitely.
he's obviously the most excited person right now because he's seeing all this tech or whatever,
Hmm.
and something's gonna happen. I'm pretty sure where they're gonna have to escape from the island pretty quickly. I'm assuming.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know. Like, what if they try to use that whatever that weapon that they just used on Sabo's Island on Egghead Island right now to clear this whole shit? So
Probably. So before we close up, do you think Vegapunk is gonna get away?
I think he will. I don't think that he's going to die like that. He's going to
Now,
escape. They might have to leave this island, and he's going to have to leave all of his stuff behind. But remember, he still has all the knowledge he says in his head. So from O'Hara, and so I think he could leave all that stuff behind. It would suck to see all that stuff go, but I'm pretty sure they're going to bring something along. Frankie's going to have some type of new upgrade or some type of feature. He might be even
hmm
traveling on their ship for a little bit too, and he might upgrade the ship. And obviously, he's going to teach Frankie some things. And who knows, this whole Elbaf thing might lead into some more dragon stuff. Robin's going to get to see Saul, and I think we're just going to go from there.
right. Yeah, I would definitely agree. I honestly, if he gets away, those other Vegapunks that he have, I feel like those he's gonna sacrifice those to in order to get away.
Mm. Uh, I don't know. That's a little, hard to tell. So maybe one or two might just end up dying, staying back. Like there was one that was
Yeah,
specifically made just for I guess for fighting or whatever, or for
right.
violence, I believe.
Hmm.
So I don't know. We'll see how that goes.
So all in all, what do you give this chapter? Rating chapter? What would you rate this chapter?
Uh, I will give it a 8.5
Okay.
because I always love to see more dragon stuff. So, and like I said, the more information on dragon, I feel like kind of, I don't know, kind of let me, I can think a little bit more as to what he
Hmm.
is like and what his past was like and the type of person that he is. So,
Right.
and the whole Vegapunk reveal for one, or finally after years and years was finally a thing. So yeah.
40 years, but whatever. I'll give it a solid. Like I was gonna say like an eight, 8.5, 8.7, whatever. But I'll give it like a solid 9 because, like I said, it's I'm just going based off like it being very informative and with the reveal and the pacing. The pacing, I'm satisfied with how it's transitioning. It's not gonna take long into Elbath, like months on in, and then I mean not Elbath, Egghead Island, and then go. So basically, you could see that this arc is about to finish up, and they're gonna go jump over straight to Elbath, and which is gonna be
And real
one of
quickly,
the final arcs.
real quick, I want to touch on Bonnie and Vegapunk. So when he saw Bonnie, he kind of had like, oh, there you are, you grew up so much. So I think whatever he did to Kuma was kind of in the right. They're gonna give some type of reason. It's just she was such a. I would just say like she was so distraught by it because it was her dad. She didn't want to see him go out
Hmm.
like that. But I'm believing something did happen in Vegapunk. Like maybe he told Vegapunk to do that. He had him do
Right,
it.
right.
So I guess we'll get into a little bit of Kuma stuff as well.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, definitely.
all right.
Well, yeah, that's not bad. Well, guys, with that being said, that is our chapter review on 1066. My rating and Nobunaga Dano's rating. Leave a comment in the section. Let us know how you feel about the chapter. Also, like I said before, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe to our channel, our Twitter, and our Instagram. That being said, this is Black by Nature and Nobunaga Dano signing out. Peace.